is for you. You can't wear it on your chest, but you can feel it in your heart. And I hope it brings you comfort when this world grows dark. Let it echo through the madness, let the message pull you through. This is our Medal of Honor to you.
And now, Armed Forces Weekly with Donna Lyons on TSPN.
Welcome to Armed Forces Weekly. I'm Donna Lyons. On June 14, 1775, the Continental Congress created the Continental Army to secure our nation's independence and defend our new republic. For 238 years, the Army has been the strength of the nation, with generations of America's most precious treasures stepping forward proudly as soldiers and Army civilians to defend those freedoms as well as those of our friends and allies. Today, the Army is engaged in a struggle against an adaptive and determined enemy. Every American should be proud as their Army celebrates its 238th birthday in the month of June. To defeat this threat and prepare for those of the future, the Army continues to restore balance to the force strained by war. Americans should be proud of the strength of the nation that the Army represents. Today, many soldiers are deployed around the world defending our nation. This is an all-volunteer force service, and they serve conscientiously, regardless of numerous deployments and minimal dwell times. Since the tragic day on September 11th, the force continues to deploy around the globe to take our nation's fight against the enemy on their homeland so we don't have to fight them here. When the American Revolution broke out, the rebellious colonies did not possess an army in the modern sense. Rather, the revolutionaries fielded an amateur force of colonial troops, cobbled together from various New England militia companies. In the spring of 1775, this army was about to confront British troops near Boston, Massachusetts. The revolutionaries had to reorganize their forces quickly if they were to stand a chance against Britain's seasoned professionals. So they enlisted all seaboard colonies. The Massachusetts Provincial Congress appealed to the Second Continental Congress in Philadelphia to assume authority for the New England Army. Money was allocated to support the decision, and companies of the expert riflemen from Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Virginia were directed to march to Boston to support the New England militia. From the Revolutionary War to the current operations taking place around the world, our soldiers remain Army strong with a deep commitment to the core values and beliefs. This 238th birthday month commemorates America's armies, soldiers, families, and civilians who are achieving a level of excellence that is truly Army strong. Being Army strong goes beyond physical endurance and mental readiness. It encompasses unconquerable spirit, high ethical and moral values. These are not only desirable traits in person, but in a nation that wishes to live up to the ideals and visions of its founders. The southern Japanese island of Okinawa has marked the 68th anniversary of the decisive and bloody war battle that accelerated in World War II. Japan surrendered but left the island with a heavy U.S. military presence that is still the source of intense friction and frequent protests. More than 200,000 people are believed to have died in the 1945 battle in Okinawa, and it was the largest amphibious assault in the Pacific War of World War II. The 82-day-long battle lasted from early April until mid-June 1945. Roughly 50,000 U.S. troops are stationed in Japan currently under a mutual security pact. About half, including thousands of U.S. Marines and a major Air Force base, are located in Okinawa. Protests against the U.S. troops are common on Okinawa amid concerns over crowding, troop-related crimes, and the danger of accidents. And a World War II veteran and Battle of Midway survivor, Mr. Joe Saines from Illinois, became an honorary graduate of Recruit Training Command at Naval Station Great Lakes, more than 70 years after enlisting in the Navy. Saines enlisted in the Navy on November 14, 1941, and attended boot camp at Great Lakes. However, after the bombing of Pearl Harbor, 4 weeks into boot camp, Saines was immediately assigned to the destroyer USS Hammond, and he never graduated. During the Pass and Review Recruit graduation ceremony, Captain John Dye, commanding officer of RTC, recognized Sane's service and presented him with an honorary graduation certificate and designated him an honor graduate of the PIR. During the ceremony, 9 divisions comprised of over 700 sailors graduated from RTC, the Navy's only boot camp. The ceremony was attended by more than 1,500 friends and family, including Libby Sanes, Joe's wife of 65 years. Joe was aboard Hammond during the Battle of the Coral Sea. Hammond helped rescue more than 500 sailors from the crippled USS Lexington on June 6, 1944, during the Battle of Midway. Hammond was assisting USS Yorktown recovery after the carrier had been damaged during the battle. While participating in a defensive screen of Yorktown, Hammond was struck by a torpedo from a Japanese submarine and sank in less than 4 minutes. 79 enlisted crew members died, along with 10 of the 14 officers. Joe was one of the lucky ones. He also took part in the Solomon Islands Campaign, the Aleutian Islands Campaign, and the Mariana Campaign before receiving an honorable discharge on November 14, 1947. The wave of sexual assaults and harassment that High Command has described as a crisis for the military has now reached into the chaplain's corps. At Fort Bliss, Texas, last week, Major Jeffrey Allen, a chaplain and 24-year Army veteran, was sentenced by a court-martial jury to 6 months in jail for repeatedly groping a civilian employee at the West Texas base. Following the conviction and sentencing, the victim in the case went public to charge that her long-standing complaints about Allen were initially ignored by base officials and other chaplains. Earlier this month, lawmakers from both parties in both houses of Congress offered bills that would have transferred a commander's authority to convene court-martial and refer sexual charges in assault cases to military prosecutors in the Judge Advocate General Corps. Military education programs are just not enough at this point. The Army has initiated collaborative efforts on TBI and PTSD. Over the last 12 years, many soldiers have returned from Iraq and Afghanistan with wounds, some visible and some not. The invisible wounds, post-traumatic stress disorder, and traumatic brain injury are just as damaging as the visible ones. They impact the families as well as the soldiers. As part of its collaborative effort, the Army is participating in a $60 million research study for TBI, sponsored by the National Football League, General Electric, and athletic apparel manufacturer Under Armour. Also, $700 million has been allocated toward both PTSD and TBI as the result of a White House executive order for a renewed effort in collaboration with the Veterans Affairs Department and other organizations. Additionally, the Army has set up 7 restorative centers in Afghanistan where TBI can be identified and treated, often allowing soldiers to stay in theater as they improve. They are also researching the relationship between traumatic brain injury and post-traumatic stress. With the continued support and encouragement of organizations like Honor for All, the Army and this nation have made enormous strides in treating this injury, removing the stigma and instilling dignity in our recovering veterans. But more work must be done. Honor for All, a nonprofit organization sponsoring the event, is dedicated to eliminating the stigma of PTSD and supports research into finding the causes and treatment of the disorder. And recently, the remains of a U.S. Army soldier from Missouri who disappeared in Korea in 1950 have been identified and returned to his family in Arkansas. Corporal Marvin Omen's remains arrived by Friday in a Little Rock, where they were met by his sister. Martin's son, Johnny Martin, provided DNA that helped identify Omen's body. Omen was born in Missouri. He disappeared December 1st, 1950, while on patrol. His remains were among 200 to 400 given to the U.S. between 91 and 94. Funeral services with full military honors will be held at the Arkansas State Veterans Cemetery in North Little Rock. We are going to go to a commercial break, and when we come back, I will talk with my guest, Eric Fitzsimmons, the CEO of I Employ Veterans, a company whose mission is to create and distribute a full line of food, beverage, and clothing products with proceeds used to create jobs for our veterans. I only wish more companies would grasp this concept. Eric has created a company like no other. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss how you too can help our veterans through Eric's company.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.
So we can deduce from the analysis and statistics that Casino B gives you $1 for every 1,000 points earned, Casinos T and R give you $1 for every 500 points earned, and Casino J gives you $1 for only 300 points.
J is such a better deal. Which one is it?
Why, that's Jackson Rancheria, where you can earn rewards up to 3 times faster than other area casinos.
B, T, and R aren't even close to Casino J, Jackson Rancheria.
And that, my dear students, is Rancheria style.
Hi, I'm Terry Sanders, Amador County Veteran Service Officer. It's my job to see that Amador County veterans and their families receive the benefits and services in which they are entitled by law. Are you having trouble accessing benefits? I'll go to bat for you, from VA healthcare services to home loans, from burial benefits to referrals for post-traumatic stress disorder treatment. I'm your advocate for the benefits you so rightfully deserve. Stop by my office at the American Legion Hall on Sutter Hill or call me at 267-5764. Thank you.
Experience the great outdoors of the High Sierra at historic Plazas Resort. Tent and RV camping, boat lunch and fishing, trail and wilderness hiking, canoe and kayak rentals, and campsites for horse and rider. With seasonal site rentals, group campsites, store, arcade, showers, laundry, restaurant, and bar. Create lasting memories with family fun all summer long. Save on gas. It's only a short drive from Jackson off Highway 88 at Silver Lake. Visit us online at plazasresort.com or reserve your site by calling 209-258-8814. Plazas Resort, where the good times begin.
Everything is ruined.
It's okay. We're ready. When the things that matter most are on the line, make sure we are too. The Fire and Water Cleanup Team at 1-800-SERVE-PRO. Like it never even happened.
This song is for you. You can't wear it on your chest, but you can feel it in your heart. And I hope it brings you comfort when this world grows dark. Let it echo through the madness. Let the message pull you through. This is our medal of honor to you.
Now back to Armed Forces Weekly with Donna Lyons on TSPN.
Welcome back to Armed Forces Weekly. I'm Donna Lyons, and I am so thrilled to have my guest here, Eric Fitzsimmons with I Employ Veterans. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming out today. I just adore you and the concept behind this, and I was hoping you could tell everybody. I want everybody to get involved with this because I think more companies should be doing what you're doing. Tell us what it's all about. Tell us about the product.
Okay. The product is bottled water with all the proceeds used to create jobs for veterans locally. And so really the history of the project is a couple of years ago, I was watching a special, and it was on returning servicemen and women and the problems that they face coming home. And one of the big hurdles was, trying to get employed, trying to have meaningful employment. And then it was the suicide rate, especially among young veterans, which was unacceptable, and still is. And so there's plenty of money out there to create jobs for veterans. So I decided to start a company. It's going to start with bottled water and then move on into other staple food items. So we're in Virginia. We're in 43 stores. They're called Farm Fresh. We are in a great area in the Hampton Roads area. So you have every branch of the military has bases there. More veterans and active duty military than any other place in the United States. And so right now we're in 43 stores. We're about to go into the Navy Exchange. They're going to be doing a pilot with us, the 3 biggest exchanges in the world. And then if all goes well, then hopefully we're going to go national with them and move on to the other exchanges, the Coast Guard Exchange, Marine Exchange, and hopefully employ veterans in every state.
That's amazing. It's seriously amazing. Okay, so tell everybody how it works.
Okay, so right now we have product on the shelf, and any income or any net profit that we have, we use to employ veterans in the respective area where the water is sold. We just started off a couple of months ago. Sales have been a little bit slow, but it's we kind of expected this because we started off with a clear case wrapping, and it's very easy to pass this up in the store. But as of yesterday, we just got a pretty significant order for our new product, the one that you showed on your screen, with the case wrap graphics, and it'll really get everyone's attention.
It's awesome. I know you sent that to me this morning. I'm like, this is really cool. And I don't know if anybody can see this, but this is kind of one of their brochures that's out there. And hopefully our assistant producer, Alan, can get that up on the screen for us and show us one more time what it is. And so how many people are being employed right now? I mean, how many do you have working for you that you've gotten to get employed? I mean, are they doing delivery for you, or are they doing the product? What are they doing?
Everyone's doing kind of everyone else's job right now, helping whenever they can. And we've only been able to hire 3. 2 are veterans, one's our accountant, because the water sales have started off slow. But
one is more than none, so God bless you. I think it's awesome. Yeah, exactly.
And as soon as the sales go up, and as soon as we hit the shelves on the Navy Exchange, then we'll be able to hire more and more. And then, moving into other states, we'll be able to hire veterans wherever the water's sold. So whenever someone purchases our product, they know that they're helping out veterans in that area.
Okay, and where else are you trying to get besides the exchanges? Because a lot of people in the public want to be able to purchase this product, but if it's not in a grocery store, a civilian can't go in, and obviously unless they're retired military, can't go into one of the exchanges and purchase the water. And right now, if you're only out there, when do you think you'll be coming to California?
Well, California has a lot of exchanges, especially in Southern California, San Diego.
Right.
We have to be successful in the Norfolk area to move into California, but I'm trying every grocery store chain there is. So we have proposals out to the Safeways and the Whole Foods and all the big grocery store chains. So it's a slow process, but once we're successful and once it really gains traction, then we'll move over to the West Coast as quickly as we can. And the reason, I didn't really choose the area where the water was sold, especially living in California. But
yeah, I was going to ask how you got that.
Yeah, well, we were a startup, and wherever they told me to go, I would have gone because it was a great opportunity.
Right,
so
yeah.
They said, we're going to put you in this area, and then I started doing research, and I said, well, that's probably the best area in the United States.
Yeah, there's so many military things there.
There is, so.
Yeah, all branches too.
All branches.
Yeah, and so when they, how long has this been in play? How long have you had all this going?
The rollout was February 17th, but it was a staggered rollout. So some of the stores would get it, and then it'd take them 2-3 weeks to actually put it on the shelf. They had to remove another product. Some of the stores, out of the 43, it took them over a month to put it on the shelf. So it really hasn't been that long, but now that we're going to have the new product on the shelf, things will start moving a whole lot quicker.
I think it will, because I think the packaging is just tremendous. I mean, look at it. You see the red, white, and blue, and knowing that it's for veterans, how can people get involved to help you?
Well, if anyone knows anyone in a grocery store chain, any of the water buyers, we'd love to talk to them. Our price is not any more than any of the competitors out there. So what we tried to do is we tried to create something where everyone could get involved. Obviously they can't now because it's still in that one state, but it's giving everyone a chance to show their support through the purchase of a product that they'd be buying at the grocery store anyway. So if you're going in to buy bottled water, why not buy ours? It's not more expensive, and that's really the strength behind our company is our concept. It's for folks who can't donate time or money, you can show your support through the purchase of this product. And so that's why we really want to move on to other products too, so we can get into eggs and milk, and someone can say, okay, well, I'll choose this product, and I know where the money's going.
Yeah, because everybody buys those every day anyways, and that's the thing. So if you guys are going in the store to buy water, I would hope that you would pick this up versus some other brand. Everybody goes, oh, I have to have, Dasani or whatever those waters are. And, this one is just as good, and it's benefiting these people that are coming home.
Absolutely.
And so if somebody can't get to the store in Virginia, do you have an online where somebody can purchase something yet? Or is that, if somebody wants to get a case to have at their home or maybe bring to a party, or say they're having some kind of a benefit or event, can they order this in cases to have at the event? And how does that work?
Absolutely. If someone would just like to email me directly, then I can set up a delivery for them. Right now, if you're in Virginia, we sell to like rodeos and different events that are going on in Virginia, and so that's a good way for us to promote. We're doing a lot of runs, a lot of mud runs that are really popular nowadays.
Those are fun.
Those are fun. So and we either sell to them or we donate to try to get our name out there. Another way people can get involved is just to help spread the word. I mean, we're a very small company. We're competing with the Coke and the Pepsis that have millions and millions of dollars to advertise, and we have word of mouth.
Yeah.
And so, any Facebook postings, and if anyone wants to send anything out on Twitter or anything else, we'd appreciate it.
And what I'll do
Very
is
much.
I will put this on the website as well, on our Armed Forces Weekly website, and hopefully somebody there will see it and help out. And the thing is that these guys are coming home with PTSD and TBI, like I was just telling the story on the news.
Mm-hmm.
And what better way for them to feel good about themselves, to know that there is a job out there, if they can help. You helping people. I wish these bigger companies would grasp this concept, because they have, like you said, they have the money to do that. And it's like, why are they not employing more? I know Walmart is a huge chain they do hire a lot of veterans, but somebody like you, when everybody needs water anyways, it's kind of like, come on, it's a no-brainer. It really is. So, and what else? I was going to ask you something else.
If I can just jump in.
Go ahead.
The way that the company was set up is after a while, when we hire more veterans, it's going to be veterans training veterans on what to do. And it's really going to be a company created specifically for veterans. And they know, they know about PTSD and TBI and returning veterans, and they're better equipped to help out. And so it's really going to be a veteran-run company, and it's really going to be, servicemen and women helping each other out. And so I'm at that point, I'll probably step back and just let everybody else control the company, and yeah.
Now, obviously, you have to do something else besides this.
I do, because this costs a lot of money.
Yeah. What
So,
do you do?
I own a drug testing company. So
Okay.
So like you go into Safeway and you do a pre-employment drug test. They give you a saliva drug test. I sell those, and not to Safeway, but I do sell those products. And it actually, to start a company like this, it's incredibly expensive.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And it's the reason why there's not a lot of these companies out there. I mean, there are some, but for them to even talk to you, you have to place a huge order with them. They have minimum case requirements. Some of them are up to 500,000 cases. So it's a $1 million first order for them even to talk to you. And it's a struggle, but we've crossed a major hurdle of getting our product on the shelf. And so now it's the next step of moving into other states. But it's a very tightly controlled market, because it's very profitable. And it's over a $15 billion a year industry.
Jesus.
So, yeah, I mean, if you look at that and you're like, well, if I can just get a piece of that, look at the employment yield that you can get from that. I mean,
Right.
it could be amazing just from water. And then you go to the other staple foods, and you've created.
So if you could pick one thing to do next, what do you think it'll be if the water does well?
It would probably be eggs or milk, because those are our meat products, poultry or beef. Because what you can really do is you just private label it, or you do a co-branding situation where
Right.
you put your sticker, on that packaging, and then you take a percentage of that, or you take, you get the product for a price, and then whatever you make, then you use for employment. So I've been in preliminary discussions with some poultry companies, and I mean, if I can have a customer, if I can provide a big customer for them, they're definitely willing to work with me. So
There you go.
You know.
Yeah.
But
Well-
this was it was semi easy to private label, but getting the customer that was really the hard part.
Yeah, and I can't even imagine. I mean, and you've stuck to it. I know at one point you said you thought maybe you were going to have to throw in the towel there for a little bit, and all of a sudden it came back, and you're back with a vengeance. And I hope that everybody that is watching, can people donate to you and help out financially? I mean, is that something you look for as well?
We actually don't take donations. If they'd like to buy the water, that'd be great.
That's all they need to do.
Yeah, if they'd like to carry it, we're not a charity, and we probably never will be. So we run everything like a business. Well, actually, we run everything like a nonprofit, but we are a business. So, It's except for I don't take a salary, so that's one of the.
I
That's one
know.
of the
God
biggest.
bless you. There's so many more people that you know. There's so many people out there. We were just talking about Gary Sinise and how he does what he does, and you know he doesn't take any money for helping out the troops, and you don't even have a military background.
I do not. No.
And I just love you for that. I think that's just amazing. So I want everybody to know you need to buy a case of this water, please. It's so important that we support these small businesses and that we support our veterans that are coming back. I mean, this is a no-brainer, people. I mean, honestly, it really is. It's amazing. And so I'm going to, your email address is
Eric@iemployveterans.com.
And it's just the letter I, employveterans.com. And the website is iemployveterans.com as well.
Mm-hmm.
And your phone number?
It's area code 480-292-0203.
That's awesome. And how much is a case of water?
We're offering, I think the SRP is $225 on it. So it's a 12-pack for $225, which is actually cheaper than the in-store brands that are usually like $350. So
I know, I'm a water guzzler. I drink so much water, it's crazy.
well, hopefully we'll get it to the West Coast very soon. Our manufacturer actually has a plant in Stockton, so and actually all throughout the United States. So if we need distribution anywhere, then we have it.
Well, I hope that this show helps, and I hope that we can get something out there for you. And I will talk to you about some connections when we get off air. And thank you so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. And I hope everything goes well. And like I said, people, if you can, just go online and buy one case of water if that's what it is. Buy one case, show it to your friends, and have them get them as well. And let's support our veterans coming home. I will be back next week on Tuesday at noon again with another guest. And it's a woman from TAPS, which is the Tragedy Assistance Survivors Program. So I will see you guys then. And thank you, Eric, for coming on. And I'll be talking to you.
That sounds good.
Hopefully we can bring you back in about 6 months and you're just like thriving and you're already on the West Coast.
I would like that.
Well, thank you.
Thank
we
you.
will see you next week.
This song is for you. You can't wear it on your chest, but you can feel it in your heart. And I hope it brings you comfort when this world grows dark. Let it echo through the madness. Let the message pull you through. This is our medal of honor to you.
Thanks for watching Armed Forces Weekly with Donna Lyons on TSPN. HICAP, the Health Insurance Counseling and Advocacy Program, is a program of Area 12 Agency on Aging. HICAP can help you, the Medicare beneficiary, or a family member navigate the Medicare maze. Call HICAP today for a personal counseling session in your local area. HICAP services are free. Call HICAP today at 800-434-0222. We offer unbiased information to help you navigate the Medicare maze. Medicare Part D, supplements, Medicare Advantage plans, long-term care questions, denials, and appeals. Call HICAP today. It's a free service. 800-434-0222.
Amador Transit, your local transportation mobility specialist. Call or visit our website for more information.
For decades, Manacero Insurance Agency has been helping our customers. Our friendly, qualified agents are here to provide you with whatever type of insurance you need. Insurance for your auto, home, health, life, and business. With over 100 companies to choose from, Manacero Insurance Agency has the right products at the right price and outstanding service. We are your #1 stop for insurance. Call Manacero Insurance Agency at 223-2551 or visit our office in the Quail Hollow Center at 255 New York Ranch Road in Jackson.
It's the season for finding fresh, locally grown produce at the Amador Farmers Markets. Sunday in Jackson, Wednesday in Pine Grove, Thursday in Plymouth, and Saturdays in Sutter Creek.
Hospice of Amador and Calaveras provides dignity and compassion for patients and families nearing their end of life.
I can't say enough about how hospice helped our family deal with losing Dad.
The care my wife received was a gift and an experience we will never forget.
We are so